All right, so we are down to the last few instructions for the spreadsheet. And it's really just two things because the last instruction is an upload instruction. So the last thing I want to show you in this project is how to do what we call goal seek. Now, goal seek essentially allows you to work out which variables or which values you can shift around and change to what so that you reach a particular target. Now, I'm not an expert on goal seek, so I have created a little format for you to use so that it will be easy for you when you are doing it. And hopefully I will remember how to do it now. All right, so what I did was I did the format. So just all you need to do is right click and copy the format, and on a brand new spreadsheet, you so we're going to create a new sheet. We're going to call it goal seek. I'm going to rename it. Hold on, guys. Okay, so we're going to rename the sheet and call it goal seek. And I'm going to start in row 6 and I'm going to paste the data that I just copied. I'm just going to open the columns to facilitate what I'm pasting. Oh, let me not do this. I just remember that this is not how I decided to do it. I changed my mind. But I want it to look like that, but I want to use something first. I believe in my solution, I had used the... By the way, are you seeing my screen? I don't think you're seeing my screen. I just remember that I need to share this. Oh, but you're seeing my screen. You see my screen, right? Right, guys?
Yes, miss.
All right, good. Just want to make sure of that. Right, so in my solution, I believe I had used a pivot table to do the goal seek. Right. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to do a pivot table first for the goal, and then I'm going to copy that from the pivot table into the goal seek table. All right, so let's do that. Because we want to know the amount that you collect, amount that is due, and we want the pivot table to summarize that for us. So I'm going to go back to the residence sheet. This is already highlighted, so I don't need to highlight it again. I'm going to say insert pivot table, and I'm going to click OK. So I'm going to have to delete the goal seek sheet later on. Then what I want the room times. Oops, hold on. Room time. And I also want the amount due. Room type and the amount due. All right. So the amount due is the balance that is due. Sorry, not the amount. Sorry. Yeah, the amount due, not the balance due. The amount due. And we're going to format these values into currency. Right? Format them into currency. And then, so we put in the 2 decimal places when we format to currency. All right. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to copy the format that I have here. So I still need to copy it. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it on the spreadsheet. So just below that, I'm going to right click and I'm going to paste. Right? So that is it. So in this now, I have the revenue or the possible revenue for each of the different types of room. All I'm going to do is to highlight the, I have amount in USD. It's the wrong one. Right. So that's the one I want. I want the one in JMD. So make sure you check the correct one. So I'm highlighting the cells that I want. I right click, I copy, and I'm going to right click in the cells below and I'm going to paste. So it will just filter in the values as accordingly. Now, let us go back to the instruction for the goal seek because we want to select a particular room type. It says on a separate sheet using goal seek, use the following table to determine how much money is required from the single deluxe room to ensure that the total contribution to the revenue by each room, by this room, at the end of the month is $60,000. Meaning, we want to have a total revenue of $60,000, but we want to ensure that we don't know how much we're gonna get from the single deluxe room to get that, to achieve that $60,000. So I'm going to delete the value for the single deluxe, right? I'm going to calculate a total here, and I'm going to calculate the total based on the contribution for each room, all right? So when we want to do the total, we can either use a function or a formula. I'm going to show you how to use the function. The function that we use to total is the sum function. So I click in the cell, I type equal, I type sum. Well, I don't type all of it, I just type part of it and double click. And then now I highlight the entire area that I want to sum, which is from B13 to B17. I close the bracket and I press enter. So it finds the total right here, okay? Then I want to find I'm putting back the borders. Let me change this border to a thinner border. So now I want to calculate the contribution based on the percentage to the revenue that I want. So I say equal the revenue times the percentage contribution. I press enter. And then I autofill. Then I put a total here. So I say equal sum, double click, and I highlight the range, and I close the bracket and press enter. Now my target for here is $60,000, right? Let's hope I remember how to do the goal seek, and here we go. So to do the goal seek now, we have to go to the data tab, and we look for the group that says data tools and the option that says what if analysis, and I select goal seek. Now I want to set a particular cell, right? I want to set this cell, which is cell D18. We want to get to $60,000. So we're going to set that cell to a value which is $60,000. That is our target, right? And I want to change this cell, the revenue for the single deluxe. And it's going to do that change until it gets this cell, which I the set cell, until the set cell reaches $60,000. So let me cancel it and go again. If you want to know how much revenue you need for single, you have to leave it blank. You do all the other calculations, the totals and stuff, and then now you click on the what if analysis. Go to goal seek. For the set cell, we want to use the cell that has the target. That's the cell that's going to have the target amount that we want to reach. Then the two value is the target that we want to reach, which is $60,000, right? And we want to change the revenue cell for the single deluxe. So we click OK, and look how the goal seek is going to work it out and give you a figure. So goal seek work it out that for you to get $60,000 total contribution, the single deluxe room would have to provide a revenue of $62,325, right? And we click OK, and the goal seek is finished, right? So that is the goal seek. Now, the next instruction says you are to format your spreadsheet by setting appropriate data types, example, currency, 2 decimal places, date, etc. Formatting the values appropriately, placing borders around the values appropriately, using appropriate font style, font sizes, and color. Insert a header with the name of the facility, insert a footer with your name. I'm going to skip A through to D and do E and F. So insert a header with the name of the facility. I'm going to go back to the spreadsheet, and I am going to go to the insert tab, and in the text group on your right hand side of the ribbon, you're going to click header and footer, and this is a header. So the name of the facility must be here. So it's Angel Care Assisted Living, and the footer should have your name. So there should be something that says switch between the header and footer, or go to footer. So in the middle where it says navigation, it says go to footer. Click go to footer and type your name. So I'm going to just type my name. But what you will do is you will type your group number and the names of the persons in your group, For example, don't type the entire name. For example, T Wright for Tashma Wright, C Blair, or M Foster, S Larmond, that kind of things. You don't need to type the entire name, just the first initial and the last name. All right, so that is my footer. And I scroll up. So you notice it breaks up the page, breaks up the documenting pages. I don't want it to break. I want to be able to view the full thing. So I click on the view tab and I click in the workbook views. I click normal to bring me back to what is the normal view. All right. Now I'm going to remove this, delete this sheet that says Goal Seek. Don't need it. And I'm going to rename the correct one as Goal Seek. It's very important, students, for you to name your sheet so I know what is on each sheet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just organize my spreadsheet. So the first thing I had done was residence. So I can click and drag the sheets in position. Then I did the rooms, then I did the pivot table, and I did the column chart, then I did the Goal Seek. So that's the order in which I did my things. So that's the order I want to have them. Then now I want to put some headings. Remember I say I must format the headings. So I'm going to highlight the cell A1 right across to Q1, which is the last column that this is in. I'm going to put a heading there. Now I want the heading to be dead in the center. So I'm going to go to the Home tab. Make sure you're on the Home tab. And I'm going to look in the alignment group, and I'm going to look for Merge and Center. When I click Merge and Center, it will take all those cells and make it into one, and it will center the cursor when I'm typing. So I'm going to type Angel Care, Assisted Living. You can type Facility. You can change the font size to something that you find is appropriate. And you can change the font style. What if I wanted, what you call it? It's your thing, guys. Make it what you want. You don't have to use mine. You can change your font color. So let me say I change mine to yellow and I fill my background with, say, black. It's my thing. I do what I want. It's your thing. Do what you want. All right. And then just at the top of this, I am going to put a heading that says residence, because this is a residence sheet. So I'm going to just merge and center just the same. And I'm going to type residence. Going to bold it. Change the font color. What if I like yellow and black fill? That is just my thing. Change the color to something a little smaller than that one. And maybe change the text to Times New Roman. I want to, and maybe italics it. So you're going to do that for the other sheets. What I did for my solution sheet is I highlighted these rows, I copy, or let me not say the rows, I highlight the cells. I don't want it to spread across the entire sheet. And then I right click and I copy. And then I go to each sheet and I right click up here in cell A1 and paste. Now you will notice this goes too far. So what I did was I click on it, take off the merge and center, and only merge it across. Oh, let me take out the fill as well. Click on the fill and say no fill. And then I just highlight those areas that I want to merge and center across, which is just columns A, B, and C. I merge and center and I put back in my black fill, right? I do the same thing for the second one. I click on it. I take off the fill and say no fill. I take off my merge and center by deselecting it. I only highlight those areas that I want to merge and center, click back the merge and center, and fill it back black. And you do the same thing for the others. All right, guys, I'm not going to demonstrate how you do it for the others. You don't need to do it for the column chart. And for the Goal Seek, what you need to do is just to simply add by highlighting the first two rows, right click, insert, just to give yourself some space, probably just one more row, and say insert, and you have your additional 5 rows at the top. So all you need to do is copy and paste the headings, and you're good to go. Oh, guys, this represents the next thing you need to do after this will be to upload your file. You need to save your file appropriately and upload it to the Google assignment folder, the assignment folder in the Google Classroom with the names. Well, you're not going to put the name attached, but just put the name of the group I know who are the persons who are in which group. So just put group 2 or group 1 on the name of the folder, or the file, and just upload it to the Google Classroom. Guys, you should be able to finish this by tomorrow because we were able to do it in less than 2 hours, right? So you should be able to finish it tomorrow and upload it. If you assign somebody to it, it is even better. 2 persons, you assign 2 persons the work, they can complete the work, and it can be submitted easily. All right, so I'm going to stop recording because I don't want anything else to be recorded on this.